Hello everybody, welcome to the 2020 virtual open house for Pre-Calc. My name is David Sharm. Here's a little background information. I got my bachelor's in mathematics from SUNY Geneseo way back when, and I followed that up with a master's in computer education from Nazareth College. This is my 26th year of teaching. I've been here at CA since 2000, and before that I taught 6 years in Naples. I've pretty much taught everything you can in math except for calculus, so Algebra 1 to Pre-Calc. I used to teach computer science, a web design course here at Canandaigua. I'm married. I'm owned by a cat and a dog, and those of you that have pets know what I'm talking about. I currently coach the boys varsity and girls tennis teams here at Canandaigua, and some of my interests include any sort of outdoor recreation, hiking, photography, motorcycling, travel, tennis, and whenever possible, I try to combine as many of those as I can. Just a few quick photos here of the past year. Like I said, I coached the boys tennis and girls tennis teams. My wife and I recently took a road trip out west and drove around trying to get away to some remote locations. And as I said, like motorcycling, we got up to the Adirondacks this summer, post shutdown, and here's a picture of our cat and dog, and if you see me, you'll know why every piece of clothing I have is covered in white fur. But anyway, on to Pre-Calc. First, let me kind of go through my Schoology page and how it's organized here. Right at the very top, this is most important for the students, are links to Zoom office hours and the Math Clinic link. Now, the office hours will be set up between myself and your son or daughter, and I encourage them to reach out to me and let me know anytime that they're free, particularly on the remote days. The Math Clinic link works periods 1 through 9 here at the Academy. It works just like it has in previous years. There's a math teacher assigned to that particular period, and it's only virtual this year, unfortunately. So your son or daughter would have to click on that link, and the math teacher will allow them into the Zoom meeting. Some parent and student resources here. The course syllabus, if you'd like to go over that in detail, there's a PDF file of it and also another video you can watch where I kind of walk you through the entire syllabus. And there's a Schoology tutorial, which is kind of funny that the Schoology tutorial is inside my Schoology page. But anyway, if you want some tips on how to navigate Schoology, you can watch that. Probably most important for the students will be the course materials. As we go through this course, we'll keep adding units. And unfortunately, we still have some students that need to catch up, so I haven't deleted the old units. We're currently on Unit 3. And inside each one of those units, this is how it's going to be organized. At the top for each student, there'll be a unit calendar. So that details the calendar for the entire unit. Could be a month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever the length of the unit happens to be. One for the cherry cohort, one for the gray cohort. Next here, pretty self-explanatory, folder that has all the blank notes for the unit, if your son or daughter would like to print those out and fill them in. And then a folder that has the filled-in notes. So it's just a static copy of what we've done in class. Math is very hard to learn by just looking at a static copy of the notes. It's like trying to read a math book. It doesn't work all that well. So this folder right here is going to be crucial this year especially. That's the folder that's going to have the links to all of our virtual lessons. Mr. Ward and myself will be creating these virtual lessons and uploading them to YouTube, so your son or daughter will have the same exact, well, not the same exact experience, but the same exact material that they would have in class. So this would be whether they're remote or maybe they happen to miss a day, that particular lesson will be available on YouTube. Some syllabus highlights. If you notice here, there's a high school description, FLCC course description. That's because pre-calculus is offered as Gemini. You can see here it's Math 152 at FLCC. And very important, it's a spring offering. So we do not register until next spring of 2021. I'm not going to read those, but those are available for you if you'd like to read them in greater detail. Probably what you're most interested in is how are the grades going to be calculated for both the quarter and for the final course. And due to the COVID restrictions in our hybrid model, the daily homework is going to be assigned but it's not going to be collected or graded. However, it is expected that the students complete it and check it with the answer keys, which are provided on my Schoology page. We just can't have the amount of paper going back and forth this year, so we decided to kind of run it like a college course where they are given homework, they're given answer keys, they have to do it and check it on their own. And then we just have work sessions, quizzes, work packets, projects, and tests. You'll notice from previous years, the test weight is lower than it was in, let's say, Algebra 1 or Geometry or Algebra 2. It's 55%. But one of the things that's going to make it a little bit more challenging is 2/3 of every exam is calculator inactive. So your son or daughter will not be able to use a calculator on about 2/3 of the course. The final grade for the end of the year, each quarter is 20%. We will have a midterm that's given during that midterm week. It's a 3-hour comprehensive exam on everything that was covered in the first semester. And the final exam is also a 3-hour comprehensive exam that is an exam partially written by FLCC. We give their final exam, and then we add some of our own material that isn't covered by the FLCC Pre-Calc course. So obviously, this is going to be a very challenging year, and it'll be the most challenging math course that your son or daughter has taken to date. In addition to the normal factors of transitioning from Algebra 2 to Pre-Calculus, we don't give the students note packets. Most of the course is calculator inactive. There's an increased workload, increased rigor, increased expectations. But in addition to all that, we're dealing with the COVID-19 restrictions of a hybrid learning environment. So more than ever, your child will need to be proactive and disciplined when it comes to organization and work completion. Remote days are not days off. It is imperative that the students establish a routine on their remote days and complete the assigned work. In addition, they'll need to take the initiative when it comes to seeking help. I'm available for office hours on a regular basis, and that's going to be crucial this year. They need to reach out. As they're checking their homework, as they're checking their reviews, as they're checking their work sessions, I've been reminding them on a daily basis, if they do not understand how to do something, don't just copy the correct answer down. Reach out, send me a Brave Square message, send me an email, request to meet for office hours via Zoom when they're remote. I think they can even come in after school. We're starting to relax that a little bit, so a free period after school. Seek help. It's going to take that because they're only in class 40% of the time this year. What can I do to help? Please let me know what I can do to assist your son or daughter in any way. Obviously, we're all in this together. It's going to take a team effort to get through this year. Don't hesitate to reach out, as a parent, if you are noticing anything at home with your son or daughter, or if you have any questions yourself. But we'll get through this. We're going to make it a great year, and we're going to stay positive. Finally, questions. All right. Like I said, don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. You can message me via Brave Square or email at the longest email in the world, dusharmd@canandaiguaschools.org. Thanks a lot, folks, for watching. And like I said, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great night.